So when my children were born, and when they were old enough to sort of understand what was going on in the world, we wanted to get them some religious education. And the church that my wife and I were married in and that they were baptized in is a very old church and does not have a young congregation and no children's programs. The kids program here and the adults here are also welcoming. Everybody it's almost like an extended family. You get to know the people and you just like to find out and continue your relationship with them. I mean, it feels good to give. You get a sense of, it lifts your spirit. And something that my parents told me as I was growing up is life is like a bank. You know, if you put in, you can take out, and it's not so much as a bank as that, you know, you put in $1 and you take out $1, but if you contribute, you get something back in return. When you are part of a group and part of a community and you give your time and your talent, you get back that positive energy and a sense of belonging and fullness, like a happiness that comes with, you know, participating.
I really like going to Kids Zone and saying my highs and lows. I really like that.
I can tell you she thinks about it before she comes in. As we were walking in today,
Yeah.
She's like, what can my high be today? I don't know how much about the lows she thinks about, but...
I didn't realize it did until I went to England in 2008 and started looking for a church in England, in a city which has umpteen churches, and I thought it would be easy to find a church home. And it wasn't. And I realized then that Cedar Park had become very much part of my life, and I missed it desperately. And it was one of the factors that I packed up and came back to Canada. Well, giving, the person who gives has a tremendous amount of joy just from the giving, and it doesn't have to be that people know that you've given either. And there's another thing about giving. Some people save their money and say, I'm leaving this in my will. I believe it's much better to give whilst you're alive, because people need money at a particular point in time, and you, as the giver, receive the joy of seeing the recipient do whatever it is. That is special, that is made important, giving of our talents and our time. Because so many churches, it's money, money, money. This church, it's not money, money, money. It's what you can give as a person. Well, I think the fact that this is such an outward-looking church, it's not just the congregation within this building, that what we hear and what people do is always reaching outward, and it really is living the Christian life. It's not that you come to church on a Sunday and that's it, and the rest of the week it's not relevant. Within this church, I find whatever happens on a Sunday gives me an idea of what I'm going to do the rest of the week. Joy, spirit, whatever. It's part of being alive, isn't it?
Well, it was 10 years ago, this coming Thanksgiving. We'd been away from church for 15 years and had looked several times for another opportunity. And Lynn had met Sharon Moon and some people at a grandmother's to grandmother's thing that summer, and we decided, well, let's go try the church out. So we came Thanksgiving. Halfway through the service, I turned to Lynn, got a little teary, and I said, Lynn, it feels like being home. And it is home. And it's been that way ever since. As you know, I like kids, and I got to know all the kids in the church. And then 6 years ago, they decided to have a church Bible camp, and I thought, oh, I'd love to be in the church Bible camp with the kids. And I remember you and another couple of people organizing it said, oh, we need a science guy. Oh, well, Dick knows all the kids. Let's get Dick as the science guy. And my gift is really, I didn't realize it at the time, but I've loved working with kids ever since I was a teenager. And knowing all the kids here has been a gift to me, and my gift back to them was being able to be in Bible camp with them. And I'm still friends with all the kids today. First of all, you know, it costs money to have a building, to house people, and we come here for friendship, for love, for worship, and we need to help keep this building in good repair, keep it warm for the winter, so we can worship in comfort and be with our friends. That's one part of giving. The other part of giving is what we as individuals can offer to the community within the church walls and outside the church walls. And that's really why I give. I never really thought of it as spiritual before. But yeah, in retrospect, it gives you an opportunity to express your spirit, whether it be my money or acts or presence.
We were without a church for many years, for many reasons. So I came and I met these wonderful people from here. And I went home and I said to Dick, that's where we want to be. Walked in Thanksgiving 2007. I was practically in tears most of the time. And we never looked back. We both said we're home. Feed my spirit, I would say, especially through the very relevant, creative worship and joyful worship. Well, this is the most welcoming church I've ever been at, and I've been at a few. We came in November 2007, and little did we know, our son and daughter-in-law had just had their baby, that 2 months later, she would be in the midst of a very, very serious medical crisis that went on for 3 years. People didn't even know us here. And the support was unbelievable. I used to tell people it was like getting an ongoing collective hug from people who really didn't know us but came to know us. It touched my heart. It still does, as you can see. Churches are expensive to run. There's buildings, there's staff. I know that from all the years that I've been going to church. But obviously, to be able to play some small part in what the church is trying to achieve here in the community, outreach, all takes money. So that's why I give.